Recordings in progress. All right. Okay. Good morning. We are live. We are live. Come on in, everybody. Come on in. Let's get the chat box open. And do you want to drop an emoji or just a quick hello in the chat, just so everybody knows where that is? There we go. I'm on the laptop today. Normally have just two screens, not too much, but I'm on the laptop and the trackpad. And it's like I've gone back in time 20 years. Big sausage fingers trying to move things around, and you end up doing that, and then you've pressed 4 buttons, and it's back. It feels like back when I had a Commodore 64 back in the 80s, you know, you just So I think I'll be getting a mouse today. All right, okay. All right, welcome. Okay, looks like numbers are leveling out. So welcome to everybody that's watching the replay. Make sure that you read the welcome post if you are brand new. Welcome to everybody that's in the room. If you are brand new, if this is your first session, if you've just been here, please read the welcome post. That's a common theme that you'll hear from me and all of the members. The welcome post is just abundant with information. We also have on, I think it's Tuesdays EST, we have, well, I always call it a crypto noob session. I don't know if anybody gets offended by noobs, but you shouldn't. We have a session with myself and Aaron on the Wednesday, and we just go through the really basic stuff. This is an exchange. This is how you change fiat to crypto. So that's on the Wednesday. So as you can see, those of you that are eagle-eyed, the least good-looking of the three of us, the big one, he's not here today. Yay! So it's party time. No, so Scott's not with us today. Nothing untowards. He has a personal errand that he just needs to run, so he apologizes that he's not here. He's looking forward to seeing you in the group and being back on the call and chatting with you as soon as possible. So you'll have myself and Maurizio today. Those of you who've been in with us for a long time will definitely know Maurizio, and anybody that watches the updates, the daily updates in the 100x group will know Maurizio. So let's just quickly go over a couple of places that you can get your resources from them. So pretty much every day, Maurizio or Scott is putting a daily update video in the 100x Club. So just like Maurizio is going to do on this call, he'll be going through each of the positions that we have open, okay? There's also a daily email as well that Scott puts out, and you really want to read that because it just adds another piece to the puzzle of building out what this market looks like. Because with all of these markets, all we can do, well, no, not all we can do, let's try and phrase that better. An experienced trader like Scott can look at the market, i.e. the candles, he can look at them, and he can stop himself seeing what he wants to see. And instead, he can just look at, this is what is happening, okay? And like Maurizio's got this skill as well. They look at the price action and they say, well, I'd really like to see this happening. But what they do is they say, no, this is happening. There's a probability of this, there's a probability of that. And then that's the way to get a feel for the market. And then obviously the welcome post as well. Let's have a look. James Christian, I need an exchange that allows crypto futures trading with a VPN. Well, that's easily solved, James. If you're in the 100x Club and you go to the welcome post, there is a section there where I've linked to American exchanges, and then you can immediately join the conversation from there. But anyway, I'm not going to get into answering a whole load of questions because we're just at the start. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hand over to Maurizio, who's going to run us through all of the open positions now. Well, I think you might have a little market roundup first, then into the open position. I'll keep an eye on the chat, Maurizio. As they say in Star Trek, you have the con, number one.
There we go, man. Hey, thank you, Ian. How you guys doing? So yeah, Scott's not around, but hopefully I'll make it as entertaining as possible, right? All right. So essentially what we're gonna be doing is just gonna give you a rundown what happened over the weekend, and it was very exciting Friday. So I don't know if you guys watched my video on Friday. We were sort of getting to the bottom, and then we have the news. Let me just share my screen and I'll see what happened there because it was quite interesting. Like, let me give me 1 second. Right, so I was having too many screens. All right, do you guys see my screen now?
We can, yeah.
Just pull out the chat as well. Give me 1 sec, otherwise I will not be. All right, so
Can we
Friday.
in anymore, just a little bit?
Sorry?
Is it possible just to zoom in just a little bit more on your
On the
trading?
whole screen or on the actual, is that good?
There we go. That's getting better.
All right, sweet. All right, so have a look at Friday because something that I was going to show you guys, I was doing a video on Friday about Bitcoin and Ethereum and the open interests. By the way, this is video data, freely for everyone. Indicators that we like to use, we like to use the aggregated funding, we like to use the aggregated open interest. Let's have a look at that. And I'm just putting it here so you guys know how to put it on your own charts. If you want to keep track of this, obviously, we do this on a daily basis. We also have a look at aggregated liquidations, and we have a look at just the liquidations. And let me just show you something cool that happened on Friday. I like to put this one in the bottom. Let me have a look at this. Let me bring this up. Let me bring this up. Let me bring this up. That's how you bring it up, by the way. So you just click on the indicator itself, and then you can just move it in whatever order you want to look at. So on Friday, this is the first news of the world, right? Like this actually happened on the 14th of April. This is the first crash, bang. This is Bitcoin, by the way. And what you could see here on these aggregator liquidations is that you get liquidations to the top, positive and negative liquidations. What that means is you're getting liquidation on short and long at the same time. That's really interesting because it's shaking everybody out of the market, right? So whoever is left is going to drive the thing. That's why we are able to actually figure out if we might be on the bottom, right, on this cycle. It looks like it is. It looks like it is, especially how the market behaved on Friday. So on Friday, look at this Bitcoin. This was on Friday. Yeah, that was on the 19th. Let me have a look at I cannot bring my. Yeah, that was on the 19th. So market tried to bottom up here. We have this low, right? We were talking about with Scott last week and with everybody that there was a highly likelihood that we were going to touch this bottom again, right? Why? Because think about it from the perspective that people wants to buy as soon as possible, right? You enter into FOMO and this is going to return, and now we're in the bottom and everybody's buy, and then this provides really good opportunities for market makers to actually, drive the market and liquidate people to either side, especially to both sides, right? People that are going long here heavy with leverage, which by the way, I don't recommend using, then you get liquidated here to the upside. So people that actually went long here, sorry, people that actually went short because thinking that the market is going to go down get liquidated here. You can actually see this candle right there, huge candle, right? And you can see that because of the open interest start going low. Same thing, people that are going long, right, went long here because they think the market is just going to bounce straight up. It's a straight line. Then you start getting liquidations on both ends. So have a look at this stream here, right? Same deal, liquidations at the both ends. And what happened on Friday, huge candle in the 5 minutes. I was actually monitoring this. This happened actually like 10 minutes after I made the video, which is quite interesting. Let me just show you what happened in real life. Sorry, but let me finish this first. So it's quite interesting the way that this market is behaving now. So we have another liquidation event right here, both sides. Have a look at here. How do we know? Because look at this data right here. We have liquidations to the both ends. However, the good news is the funding rate is actually going, is flipping. And this is healthy on markets. This is healthy because now the market is resetting, right? So I really like the way this is getting structured in terms of the bottom. So we know that this is a huge bottom. Why? Because the market hasn't been able to actually close that line, right? The 60, 60-ish. And that will match with our weekly sort of levels and stuff like that we're going to show you. So very, very interesting the way that the market is doing it right now. In terms of open interest, is not many activity. But if we have a look at Ethereum, which we're looking at close at it, we really had a look at this on Friday. So they all behaving the same way, right? And the interesting thing was this liquidation event that happened here again on Friday. This happened just right after we had news that like war stuff, right? Like all the stuff that happened in the war in the conflict right now. So with Israel, and so we had those news, market plummeted basically. If you're looking at this at 5 minutes, right? This thing just went down dramatically. Like this is the drop, right? So imagine that you're sitting here and actually seeing that this is going down really, really hard. So what people tend to do is like deflate positions going short because they think it's going to crash, and bang, then now the market actually start holding. So first of all, you can start seeing all this liquidation happen in 5 minutes. This is people that actually went long around somewhere around here, right? What I did say though in the video is that I really like these liquidations to the long side. What that means is you start getting liquidations to the long side and the open interest keeps rising, more than likely Ethereum is going to keep rising, right? So that's a good sort of behavior of how do we can actually detect the bottom, right? And look at what happened. Yeah, definitely bunch of liquidations to the shorts, and now start liquidations to the longs. This happened like in about 2 or 3 hours, man. So quite interesting. Now you can see some short liquidations. So the market is pretty much right there, hasn't decided. However, what I do think, just going to show you a bunch of stuff on the Glassnode, is that definitely we hitting the bottom. The good thing is not even like with this bad news and stuff like that, market has held pretty well. So that's pretty good. So let's have a look of Glassnode, because I was something that I want to show you in terms, obviously, whenever you do analysis, right, you have to combine your analysis with different sources. That doesn't mean that you do have, because of the open interest and the liquidations, then the market is just going to pop or going to crash. So we go and let's have a look at Bitcoin number of active addresses. So no, this is the one that I was looking into. So the RVR score, right, is basically tell us if Bitcoin price is actually overpriced or not, right? They have their own formula. So it's actually tracking pretty well in terms of it's very, very correlated. So I think that could drive up all the way up to 100, perhaps. I don't like to. That basically depends of how people will react around these levels. Another good one here is the total exchange versus the price, right? So we're looking at the total exchange balance. And one of the good things is actually we're seeing that this is dropping. The fact that the balances on the exchange are dropping, it means like that people are taking their Bitcoins out, right? So it's kind of safe and it keeps dropping. So let's have a look at this. So the more it drops, obviously people are just taking it, put it in a cold wallet or something, and that means that Bitcoin's getting stronger. When people get fearful, they start putting their Bitcoins into an exchange. So because they want to sell it or they want to exchange it. So there's different ways to look into this as well, because people might just put some Bitcoin again to actually get into alts, and that's what the beginning of the alt season. We also had halving over the weekend, right? So we had the war news, we had halving, which is well, quite interesting event, but nothing much happened as expected on the halving. But now is going to be very, very interesting in terms of how the miners are going to react, because now what happens with halving is that the people that are actually mining Bitcoin, the people that are actually creating the Bitcoin blockchain, right? They're gonna get less money, right? Less Bitcoin per reward. So they need, so if the price maintains, mining Bitcoin will be profitable. If the price doesn't maintain, it will not. So this week will be quite interesting. So that's in terms of Bitcoin. Let's have a look at some charts. And in terms of the whole market structure, we now start seeing that some alts are starting recovering. And let's have a look at total three. So this is, by the way, the total three without the USDT and the USDC market cap. And essentially what we're looking at this total three is the behavior of all altcoins. It's like all altcoins are putting together, okay? Scott just mentioned something very interesting. So runes and ordinal transactions are helping with mining income. Yes, I'm going to talk about it because that's a new narrative coming into the market. And it's a bunch of stuff that we're looking at that we might get into positions this week. So yeah, that's a good thing that you mentioned that. Thanks, man. All right. So in terms of the total three, let me have a look. These are weekly levels, and the weekly just closed like 10 minutes ago, more than likely. So it's holding up pretty well to those levels. So what we want to see is that Bitcoin holds up at the same levels that I'm going to show you, and more than likely, Ethereum. Once Ethereum actually starts coming back, I think alts will going to keep moving on the bullish structure that it is. Still bullish, so still like it. We haven't changed our minds in terms of our positions or anything like that, but it looks really well. Like the recovery from the weekly perspective is pretty good. So let's have a look at Bitcoin. So Bitcoin. So these are weekly levels right there. So on all the videos that we did last week, I was mentioning to see how this candle will close, right? So we were looking at we were looking on a daily basis candles, but then at the end of the day, we need to wait until how the weekly behaves. Why? Because this is the whole week. This is actually the price action of a whole week. What that means is the price at some point reached this low, right? Pretty scary. And then it came back, right? So I know, yeah. So all these weeks basically is the behavior on a day by day. And if you're looking at the short-term time frames, obviously it's going to be more weakness, more volatility in that regard. So these levels up here, these are weekly levels from the top high from a while back. So this is our levels that we drew probably from November 21st, 8th of November 2021. So this is the highest high that Bitcoin has ever been. And this is sort of the range, right, of that week, right? So it is right there. We are, obviously these levels are not exact. That doesn't mean that if it hits this level, it's going to go. It's just sort of like an indication of where the price might be at, right? So, perfect. So from that perspective, if you look at this, right, it's holding up pretty well at that level, right, at the 65-ish level. So if we get an immediate recovery this week, I think this could either, like, we have different probabilities, right? Probability is that we range on this, like this, for a while, right? Let me just draw some stuff. Where is my drawing tool? Right here. Okay. So, yeah, this can do like this within this range. This could do now like this, right? Can we hit these lows as well? Yes, it can. And then another option is actually we can go like that, right? So we always go in probabilities in terms of what are the probabilities of all these things to happen, right? In our view, everything is holding up really well to do either this or this. So we have, I will say pretty much, I'll say 50, 30 to 10% that this actually retraces back. So that's kind of why we think obviously we'll be assessing this on a daily by daily basis. Let's have a look at it on the daily. So to show you what happened, the narrative of what's going on with Bitcoin. So we had those levels, and as you can see on a daily, it's very choppy. And this is this candle right here. That was the candle of the Saturday, or the 13th of April, and broke all the way there. Now it created this sort of structure. Now we're going holding on the supports, and yeah, we're pretty much right there. Where I think if Bitcoin starts recovery up at this level, we have daily closes around the 66 sort of price, I think. That will give you some more confidence into the markets. People start getting into alts, and price will continue to rise more than likely, right? So because even with bad news and stuff like that, it held up pretty well, man. It held up pretty well. Same thing as Ethereum. So Ethereum is right there, so it's performing worse than Bitcoin. So we're expecting the structure on the daily looks much better than Bitcoin, to be honest. Just did this. All right. So yeah, it looks like it wants to break above, it wants to break more. We have these levels up here. So if Ethereum comes back up and goes into these levels where all the action happened around here, I will say it's going to be, looks as bullish sign, and more than likely he will help up all our positions and we'll be good to go. Like it will be much more confidence in entries and things like that. But that doesn't mean that you should not be entering on pullbacks and stuff like that. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. The only thing is S&P 500 actually closed pretty red. Like it's been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days on the red. Will that hold right here? Let's see. This market is going to open in a couple of hours, so we'll see how the market will react in terms of the S&P 500. So yeah, because the interesting thing is that this is dropping and Bitcoin is holding, right? So that's a pretty interesting aspect on Bitcoin itself, on the strength that it has right now, right? So I think, yeah, we have a very good chance to be the bottom right here on these levels. So all right, we're gonna have a very interesting week this week. So perfect. All right, so that's in terms of Ethereum and Bitcoin. I'm just looking at a question here. Perry, there are no more big news events like halving and conventional markets is slow way down for the summer. Go away in May, as they all say. It's one of those things. Yeah, we have election in this election year in the US, so that's going to be very interesting in terms of how the markets price that in. Who's winning and who's losing and all that sort of stuff. So, all right, let's have a look at some of the positions that we have. Something quite interesting that I want to show you is that AI, all the AI stuff recovered really well over the weekend, really, really well. Let's go through the positions first, and then let me show you what we're looking for this week. So this all the positions that we're holding at the moment. So we have Phoenix still holding pretty well from the weekly perspective, from the daily and weekly perspective. Yeah, big drop right here. So whenever we have crashes, right, it's really interesting to see what alts actually held. And those are the first indications of the strongest thing. Like what is people buying, right? What are people buying on every single dip that they can have? So we're going to Pendle. Pendle still, man, really, really strong. We'll keep holding this one. I don't see this coming down on every single pullback that people have opportunity to get into. They're getting into Pendle, right? So yeah, pretty interesting structure right here. So I think this could be a really, really strong coin. Like Solana, this is our drawings from last week. It hasn't actually hit the bottom right here, but actually is holding pretty well right there. They're all pretty correlated, as you can see. However, I'm just going to show you some things that went out completely out of correlation. So this one definitely is a hold. Injective, yeah, injecting is recovering pretty well. So let me see. All right. Just trying to make this bigger, guys, for you. So obviously, I just want to see the big picture. So that's why I just want to make either the lines a little bit thicker, or hopefully we can see the big picture here. So yeah, ING recovered pretty well, and in every single pullback that the market has provided, so people are still buying. So the recovery is pretty much 57% from the bottom. But remember that we had the big drop, right? What was the drop? 65%. So still going pretty good. I really like this one so far. So let's have a look at IMX. IMX, yeah, we drew this level up here, right? Around the 1.77 area. And yeah, definitely held that pretty well, man. Like you can see, actually, people just buy. So any pullback structure looks pretty strong. Yeah, this one looks pretty good, man. Definitely, this one more than likely will hit the highs if market, if Bitcoin and Ethereum maintains the strength. So most of our positions are going to hit new highs. I do believe so. So yeah, Conflux, yeah, pretty interesting on this one. The structure came back pretty well. Drop was pretty significant on this one, but it could provide new opportunities on this token as well. Phoenix recovered pretty well. So this one actually was the one that actually recovered the most, right? So 75% from the lows. So anybody that actually bought the pullback, what a great trade, right? Because it gave us entries, like very similar entries that we had from February and January, right? However, we entered in Feb, yeah, we were still good. But then if you enter on pullbacks, definitely would be right 97% up right now. So BNB, that was a favorite coin last week, held up pretty well. Look at this. So obviously people are keep buying this. BNB's doing really well in terms of all the projects and everything that's being launched in BNB. So this one could be a really good buy. We're still good with our positions really well. So we're up pretty much 77% on this trade. So far so good on this one. Phil, yeah, coming back. Everything very similar. So as you can see, most of the alts that are actually breaking above these levels are changing structure. So more than likely, we might see recovery on all of that. Silo, same thing, pretty much everything the same thing, man. ApeCoin, yeah. This is my least favorite, by the way, but still holding pretty well. AOS recovered really well, man. Like, went back all the way to 39% from the lows, right? So the fact that everything is holding up at this level, it also provides more confidence in terms of high probabilities that this is definitely a bottom. We're going to have like, what I think will happen is, we start getting strength on Ethereum, we're getting strength on Bitcoin, then we'll definitely test new highs. It's going to be volatility. Some coins will break, some coins will retrace. So we'll keep an eye on all this stuff when we get to new highs. Third chain, yeah, same deal, same structure, everything holding up on those levels. NIA doing pretty good. Our position on NIA is actually pretty good. So far we if you manage to actually get in the pullbacks, it's actually 62% from the pullbacks, right? So obviously our entry was much better from the pullbacks. So yeah, that was good. Gal, yeah, this is recovering. Our entries not that great, but we do have a really good strong comeback on this one. Woo. Yeah, everything is pretty much the same, so that we can actually provide a lot of people entry opportunities. People seem to be buying on everything, so that's a good thing. Ondo is going pretty well, man. This one of our best positions so far. We added more of March. It's actually keep going really well. So yeah, Sui, quite strong, pretty good. Yeah, I really like it. Kudos. Yeah, in terms of an average position, we're good with this one. So far so good. Athena, I'm gonna talk a bit more about Athena because this is our biggest position so far. But yeah, I'm tracking some stuff on Athena. Airdrops are coming. I'm gonna show you some stuff about airdrops. Let's have a look at our own position. We enter right here. I wanted to add a little bit more here, but yeah, just looks good. Yeah, so far so good on this one. Ethereum, this is a spread position, and our actual spread on Ethereum versus Bitcoin. So it looks that it's holding that weekly level, but let me have a look at the weekly here. Give me 1 second. So as you can see, like this is the line. This is sort of the trend that we drew a while back, right? In terms of the spread trade. So it was holding pretty well up this on these levels. We'll see what happens in the next week, but yeah, interesting. I want to see that this actually closes above here. So it sort of comes back to the same structure in terms of Ethereum and Bitcoin. So Ethereum will get more strength. So far, that's not the case. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see which one. Obviously, Bitcoin has much more. So all right, that's good. Give me 1 second. All right, perfect. So in terms of new positions, this is the new stuff that we were looking at the last week. Okay, so we're looking at Medica. Let's see how this one held up. We haven't done much positions, guys, last week. Why? Because obviously market hasn't been playing. Like, we have to play what the market gives us. Now we cannot actually place trades every single day because the market is not there for us, right? So that's kind of the thing about when to enter and when not to enter. At the moment, like I said, the whole week we're staying sideways pretty much. Just want to make sure that we gain a little bit more strength in terms of entering new positions. That doesn't mean that we can actually sort of DCA into the stronger stuff, which is stuff that I'm going to show you. So give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Can you hear me okay? Something went down with my camera. There we go. I'm back. There we go. Sorry. Yeah, something came. Yeah, my camera was flashing. My bad. All right, I'm back. Are you okay? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, all good, man.
All right, sweet. All right, Maker. So yeah, Maker was my favorite last week. So still keeping an eye on this one. It's a bunch of new things coming into Maker, so I really like it. Mantle holding pretty well. And Polix, we talked about Polix last week. So Polix is actually, this narrative around RWAs, and so this could be a quite interesting one to hold. So still haven't bought, but good recoveries. Ton's still pretty strong in terms of like everything that happened in the market. So obviously you see this candle coming up here. This is actually on the drop. This on daily, yeah, that was on the 19th, and this is on the 18th. So when this one actually dropped, this one actually was rising, right? Obviously, like I mentioned last week, when coins, when markets are not sort of decisive, and then we hit new highs, you're gonna get people taking profits, opportunity for people to take profits, opportunity for people to actually buy lower, right? So OFN, we'll look into that as well. Okay, so yeah, Ton holding pretty well, obviously. Now there is uncertainty around here, right? So any break to the high, I think, is going to be opportunity for people to go in. So yeah, Tia, really like pretty strong coins. This one I wanted to actually get into the 8.9, like that's why I leave these markets here, but I wasn't around. I didn't buy at these levels, so, and I don't like to sort of buy and pull. Like buying on pullbacks could be tricky. Why? Because depends on how the market behaves right after. Is either a falling knife or either a pullback. How do you know? You don't, right? You only know that the market could pull back or could just keep dropping, right? So that's kind of a one of the intricacies of trading, because think about you trading TIA, and then you look at this candle here, that's daily, and that's a massive pullback, right? But then you have to wait for the daily to close in order to know that that's a massive pullback, right? So, and then that could provide you a good buying opportunity right here. But with this pullback, is that a pullback, is that a crash? It's one of those things that depends on how the macro structure, Bitcoin and Ethereum, works. Is something that we assess on a daily basis. So yeah, but it's still like TIA breaking structure up here, so it's pretty good. Like, yeah. What else I was looking at? Arkham. Oh, yep. Saying I really like this project, man. I might be biased. That's 82% from the pullback. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. So wouldn't mind to look into a position in this one this week. So we'll see how this one holds up. Hopefully we get a new, because it completely broke structure from bearish to bullish. So, and Airwave, same thing. So you can actually start seeing some recovery. The interesting thing is have a look at all this AI stuff that we're looking at. So we had Fed yesterday. Oh, Saturday. This was Saturday. Look at this. Look at this recovery. So all AI stuff is actually recovering pretty much a lot. Like from the bottom, talking about that this one actually recovered 52%. So that provides a little bit of strength in terms of things that we wanted to get into, right? And things that even when we have drops, right, it's holding up pretty well and the recoveries are pretty high. What that means is people are actually willing to buy, right? Willing to buy. And if we have buyers, then more than likely, if we have buyers that buy up this level, so more than likely we're going to see prices going higher. So and they are same deal, man. Like they all recover pretty well. Ocean, I'm gonna add more AI stuff in here, so you guys have a look at. Keep an eye on those ones for the whole week. GOT. This is interesting. So if you have a look of the sector, right, itself as a AI in blog in all the AI projects, have a look how correlated they are, right? So they are Ocean, GOT, NMR, Tau. And Tau is a little bit different, but it looks at the same structure. That's not the same structure as Maker, for instance, right? Maker is a completely different sort of project, but you see different sort of behavior. So this is interesting in terms of that. I think we should start looking into some positions into the AI sector, things that we don't hold in at the moment. So obviously, yeah, we'll keep an eye on that one this week. So, all right, let's have a look at the meme coins. Yeah, so meme coins, yeah, there but not there. Yeah, don't really, yeah, nothing gives me, yeah, it doesn't give me much confidence in terms of recovery. However, this meme coin stuff is one of those things that when the market pumps, this more than likely is going to pump. And which are the ones that are going to pump? The more strongest ones, like Dogecoin with P and Brett. Brett is actually a new one, so keep an eye on this one. So, right, so that's in terms of this new stuff that I was looking. I do have more stuff that I'm looking at, but I think I'll leave that for videos, for the videos of the week, because there's good stuff that if the market is holding at these levels and we are in the bottom, I think we could open up really, really good trades this week. So we'll have a look on that. Okay. Perry mentions, I wish there was a single aggregate name for each sector. So I'm building it. Yeah, I'm building. It's tough because new projects are coming in. That are coming in into like any coins, and some coins are not even here, right? So there's something that I'm going to yeah, this. All right. Yeah, I think Ian will answer that. So yeah, in terms of new sectors and stuff like that I'm building, it's just new projects coming in every day. Some projects are not even in trading view, so trading view only sort of gives charts from exchanges and certain coins, but not everything is on trading view. So all the Solana coins, or which by the way, there's another trend coming into the Ton coins. So Ton has its own marketplace, a bunch of meme coins coming on Ton. So that will be a new network and new things if you guys want to trade that stuff. So funny enough, I was talking the whole week about ONG. So ONG, surprisingly, this one surprised me. Yeah, went up pretty high. I wanted to get into this one at some point, but I didn't. So yeah, but I actually came back pretty hard, man. Like this one actually was pretty good. 126 from Sunday. That was good. That was a good one. I wanted to actually get into this one. It's just obviously we do have a lot of positions already open. But yeah, interesting behavior in this one. Yeah, I've been talking about it the whole week. And I've been talking about the correlation between the ONG and ONT as well. So let's have a look at ONT. Yeah, it's getting up there. This might be breaking to the upside. So this one is a pretty old coin, guys. So I'll see if this could gives a really good entry point this week. Yeah, I was going to enter around here last week, but yeah, it's just I don't like to enter when it's too much stuff going on. And last week we had a bunch of stuff going on. So, all right, so perfect. So I think that's basically our overview in all the stuff that we're looking for this week. There's a bunch of all the stuff that we're doing here. Theta. Let me have a look at Theta because Theta had a launch, held up pretty well. So I think T Fuel and Theta token, especially T Fuel, we might be looking into entering this week. So let me just move this to it. Just put it here so we keep track on this one. I've been tracking Theta because they just doing new releases, new stuff on chain, and now they doing some stuff with the AI. So might be a comeback. So cool. All right. What's my top 5? Right. So Ina definitely is my top 5. But let's talk about Ina. So Ina is still my top 5. Why? Because Ina, pretty strong coin. They have a good stuff coming in. However, airdrops are happening. Let me just show you Ina. All right, so Tina, this is Tina dashboard. I did a video on this on last Friday. So Tina is, a lot of volume has been driven from airdrops. So people that want to get some airdrops and stuff like that, they start staking, they start holding, but the first airdrop is going to be now in 12 hours. Okay, so I expect a lot of volatility. However, they release a new sort of learn more, like start campaign. So they're going to do a season 2 airdrop. This is interesting. It hasn't launched. So some people will sell, some people will not. That will drive the price. I'm still long term on INA, so that would be one of my top coins at the moment. Top 5, I will say. Let's have a look on the new things. So definitely Ton, right? Ton, top 5. Tia, top 5. BNB keeps being in my top 5. Obviously, I'm already in it. So if you're not in anything, right, I will say from all our positions right here, BNB could be the strongest one. Where is the BNB? Yeah, so BNB could be a strongest one, definitely. Obviously, you have to think about risk reward. This one is holding up pretty well, but if you look at this on weekly, right? If you look at this on the weekly, so pretty well structured coin. Obviously, if you're gonna do a 2x on this one, it's going to be at $1,000 more than likely. So this is one of the things in terms of risk reward. It could be safer, but you might do 2x, 3x, right? Do you see BNB doing 100x from these levels? Maybe not. So yeah, that's one of the challenges with something that's already established and big market cap coins, right? So that's something that I do like in terms of having a stronger portfolio, right? I definitely like Solana. If you're not in there, same deal, right? So Solana on the bullish, whenever everything comes back and on the bullish, will this do 2x, 3x? So I think 2 or 3x on this one is definitely possible on the bullish run. However, we're not that yet in the bullish run yet, which is good because it can get you position on it, right? That you can start buying this stuff. So so you can take advantage of these prices. So that's one thing. Phoenix, if you're not there, definitely could be a really good option, right? And in terms of favorites into AI, I did talk about not AI. So not AI is brand new, sort of brand new. It's not even on exchanges. You can only buy this on Uniswap more than likely, and essentially this could be a really high risk, high reward coin, right? Because it's not even on the exchange. Market cap is holding pretty well. Price action is holding pretty well, but it's a brand new project. It's a brand new thing. So this could actually, high risk, high reward. So that's something that we need to sort of start balancing correctly, right? So in terms of like really, really risky plays, this could be one. So definitely this could, if the narrative comes along, so narrative, AI narrative, Bitcoin and Ethereum strength, in everything lines up, more than likely those are the ingredients we need for new projects to just pump like crazy, right? Long-term sort of view. Okay, so yeah, I in terms of the AI, I'm big on this one. Yeah, I think let's recap. So obviously favorites, my favorites if I'm not in a position, and Maker as well. My favorite Mantle, Polix, Jupe. But Jupe is pretty new as well. So and Jupe very correlated with Solana. So yeah, I think yeah. So I think that could be my favorites. So yeah, I have a lot of favorites, man. Like I have a lot of favorites. So this is one of the things that yeah, I love some projects. I'm still biased with some projects and stuff like that. But then yeah, so yeah. Poor. Yeah. Oh, guys, I don't know if you had my update last week about the airdrops happening with Poor. PURR. This is not hyperliquid, so I don't know. But some people, especially if you're new and you're not trading hyperliquid, hyperliquid is an exchange that is a DeFi exchange. And you can trade futures on it. The good thing is they came back with this airdrop, right? So whoever was trading on hyperliquid, right? Depends on how much volume they made. They gave Curve, which is the first meme coin that they release on their sort of a spot network chain. So it's a test. But the reason why this raised a lot, and the reason why I held into these airdrops and actually went up like 100% more than likely, right? So yeah, look at that, 100%. Perfect. I think this could go higher. Here's the reason why. There is scenario hasn't been confirmed, but hyperliquid we will pay more airdrops, and that's what they want. They want more liquidity, right? They want people trading there. So they unofficially release some stuff that if you hold her, which is the first meme coin, then your airdrops will be bigger. So that's why no one is selling this thing, right? So people that actually receive these airdrops, and if you keep trading on a hyperliquid, then you get points, and then those points are going to get translated into money at certain time. When? No one knows, right? So that's kind of the thing. And have in mind that now airdrops has becoming like a really, really huge narrative for every coin to actually pump. You see the case of Pendle, you see the case of Athena. So all the stuff. So we definitely want to have a look at that, more of that stuff during the weekend, during the next couple of weeks. So yeah, what a great airdrop, man. Love it. I'm really happy that I got hyperliquid great exchange, great things. Obviously, keep in mind that it's a brand new thing. There's some coins that don't have enough liquidity yet, so that's what we're trying to do, right? So yeah, no, good. That's a good thing. So yeah. All right, so we get some comments. Getting Mauricio, very different to Scott. I hope that's in a good way, man. Like, yeah, obviously we're different, right? Scott's a great guy, man. He says, love the way he does things, and yeah, that's why we want to have different people doing different things. So yeah, awesome. All right. Cool. Timothy, how can we get into in airdrops? I might do something this weekend, and yeah, airdrops are complicated, guys. So if you don't have much experience in crypto, there's a lot of scams out there, a lot, man. Like so we might just yeah, figure something out and do something like that. So perfect. Good, Ian. So don't know if you wanna, do some other coins or anything like that that people want to do.
Hey man, that was a really great presentation. So I think people have been firing coins in kind of,
All right.
so we can scroll through. If we ask for, there's 200 people on the call. So if we say
Right.
coin
Yeah.
request, you'll suddenly have 400. Okay, so a couple of questions then. People keep asking, what are the 4 elusive coins that are set to go 100x? Okay, so I've responded to this a few times. That information is in your welcome email when you join the 100x club. It's bonus number 3. Okay, Gethin, that's great that you post the documents, but it's even better if people know themselves where the information that they need. Okay, so your welcome email and then the welcome post answers 9.8 out of 10 questions that are asked. So I mean, yeah, if you want to throw a couple of coins in, then we'll just do a handful of them until we burn Maurizio out. There we go. So BCH. There we
Oh,
go.
BCH. Let's have a look at BCH. Let me just share my screen back again.
We won't get through every single coin, but just fire some coins in there and we'll go with the most recent ones and have a
Sure.
look.
All right. So BCH Pro. Let's have a look. BCH. All right. So Bitcoin Cash. Let's have a look at this. Right. So, by the way, BCH does have what is called halving as well happening. So let's have a look, because that could halving BCH. Yeah, I don't follow much BCH to be honest, but if there is this site called nicehash.com and it does. Oh no, not that one. Sorry, where is this? The block. The block halving. Yeah, this one. So this one, is this one? Ah, this one is what was the hash? Sorry, I'm confused. Because that provides a really good. If it's not this one, I'll find it for you guys, yeah, it's this one. All right. So, oh no, that was BTG, that was BTGO. I was confused. So upcoming events, that's halving things on different coins. So like you're gonna have BTG halving in about 2 days, ETC halving as well, Dash halving. So this is a really good resource for you guys to have a look. I was confused in terms of BCH, so my bad. So let's have a look at BCH, how it's behaving. So BCH, from the weekly perspective, this week is going pretty strong. It looks pretty strong from that perspective. Well, this it's a fork of Bitcoin. So it's one of those things, right? But from the weekly perspective, you can actually see that it's actually going pretty strong, right? And last week. Let's see how this one behaved. So obviously I wouldn't end. Yeah, I'm biased. Obviously, I'm a Bitcoin guy, mate. So I keep holding buying Bitcoin. So biased into type of projects. I really like to good projects around. So, but weekly and daily is holding up pretty well. So if this could actually gain some momentum, especially with people that wanna buy this one. So I really like this one. Like, yeah, in terms of strength, it looks pretty well. So yeah. Let's have a look at another one. Pro. Haven't heard about that one. And by the way, I might haven't heard a lot of the coins, but we're adding it here. So add pro. I'm gonna watch in the new coins here. All right, pro. Interesting. Very interesting price action on this one. So from the daily perspective, Propi. All right, we need to find more a little bit more about this project, but from the technical analysis, looks pretty strong. People taking some profits around here. Let's like even on the drop, people just bought like crazy. Yeah, you can actually see the structures happening on a daily, right? Like very clear, very clear. Like, you know, yeah, breaks, pullbacks, breaks, pullbacks, higher lows. Very strong, very strong on this one. I will do some much research on this one, but I really like it. Like, yeah, yes, on the past couple of days, and this one actually from the lows actually went out 42%. And what was the drop? That was on the 17th. So on the 14th of April, which is our crash, our first crash. So yeah, dump. I don't call it crash, I call it dump. That was 28%, and then was a 44%. Not bad at all. I really like structurally this coin, right? It's holding up pretty okay. Yeah, I'll keep an eye on this one. Chainlink. Is that link? Yeah. Let's have a look, Chainlink. All right, so I always go weekly first. So Chainlink's been around for ages. Everything is so similar, right? Holding it up pretty well on these levels on the weekly. So yeah, the fact that if we are in the bottom, more than likely everything is gonna rise, right? Everything is going to make you money, like when we're in the bull run. The trick is which one are the ones that are going to pump like crazy. That's kind of that's kind of one of the tricks, right? So in terms of this one, we have a potential going to all-time highs. 318% if we get the same kind of bull run from last time. So structurally looks good. Chainlink looks pretty good from the long term perspective. So yeah. In terms of project like yeah, we'll look into it. Let me add into this into the research. What else? Am I missing some, Ian? Let's do the last one. What am I? I'm already lost with.
I just
Let's
posted
speak.
Scott's daily update video
Oh,
as
did
well.
he? Okay, sweet, awesome.
That link's in there. Yeah, I think we'll do this one, Maurizio, and then we'll probably wrap it up.
Perfect. So let's pick the last one. Degen, Todd. All right, let's have a look at Degen. The Degen network. Yeah, it is on my watch list. Look at that. Let's talk about that one, right? Because it is brand new coin. Obviously came back pretty hard. Is like if I look at DGen on the spot, that's the listing price on Bybit. That's actually on the first week of April. So let me just go daily. So that was our listing price on the 28th. It is above listing price. It's holding pretty well. So that gives me a good confidence that this could be a bottom from this one. So how do you know? Like usually in listing price, there's a good indication of what people are willing to buy. Good indication what people are willing to pay for it, right? So the fact that this one actually didn't go all the way down, like below listing price and on the spot, it gives me a really good confidence. I'm looking at this one, by the way. So this could be on our list as well from this week. Let's see how everything holds back, but it's getting, with new stuff, especially new charts, it's just getting there. You don't know if it is a bullish, you don't know if it's a bearish, you don't know anything yet. So I'm just waiting to see how this market behaves. Couple more days and see where we are with this. So yeah, I think that was the last one, guys. So
That was awesome, Maurizio. Thank you so much. Thank you,
no
everybody, for
worries.
attending the call. Fun
All
in the
right.
crypto of the week. Ta-da, everyone.